Doesn't seem that long ago actually. Obviously time flies, but we had a lot of trophies in the meantime. Year after year we've been kind of competing, for big competitions, so I'd like to say it's gone fairly fast, but obviously the taste of being in finals is what it's all about as footballers. It's where we want to be, and we're delighted to be here again.
What does this game hinge on, do you think?
Listen, I think two very good sides. I think it's a big London derby, of course. It means a lot to the fans, it means an awful lot to the players. I think where we are in the league and where they are, I think goes out the window completely. It's a one-off game, and as we've seen in the league, that they're capable of beating us, as we was at home when we beat them 3-0. So it's going to be a tough game, but both sides will be up for it, and delighted to be here.
After the last league game, do you feel you owe them one?
No, I don't think so. I think everyone's kind of barking around about that. But for me, you look at the game at the Bridge when we won 3-0 quite comfortably. I think everyone's kind of forgotten about that one. So with that not in mind, yes, and you go through the season winning and losing games. That was one we lost. You took it off. You move on to the next.
Did Harry Kane's performance and the standard of it, did it surprise you in a way a little?
It didn't surprise me, because I said to him after we played him at the Bridge, his movement was fantastic, his work rate was excellent as well, and we've seen throughout the season he's in a great goal scoring form, of course. Like both defences, I'm sure we're going to be in for a tough game, and I'm sure their defence is going to be in for a tough game as well, with our firepower up front.
How are you going to keep him quiet though? This is your second chance to try and make sure that he doesn't sort of score too many against you.
Yeah, obviously that's the target, and if we can be solid and stop them on the counter attack, they're very good going forward. But as I say, that we're not going to stand here and worry about them. They've got an awful lot to worry about us. We'll go in and be concentrating on ourselves. If we do that, fingers crossed things can go well.
And fighting on three fronts, how important is it to get a trophy in the bag early on in the season?
Going back to the 2004-2005 final, it meant a lot to the squad of players back then. It was our first one together, and it kind of set us on our way really. It gave us a taste of what we want to be doing, how we want to be winning, and I think that served us well throughout the rest of the campaign. So it can give you a huge boost at this early stage in the season.
And one last one from me. In terms of Nemanja Vidic, how big a miss is he going to be?
Massive, sorry.
Did I say Vidic?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Matic, absolutely right. Yeah. Thank you for correcting me. How big a miss is Nemanja Matic going to be?
I think he's a big miss. You take him out of any squad, like anyone. He's been a huge part of our success so far this season. There's been many big players in these big finals. We've got the squad capable of hopefully dealing with that. So we have to do that.
I don't want to write off your career, but it could be your last Wembley appearance. no, it could be. I mean, are you going into it looking to save at every moment?
No, I don't look at it as being my last, or it could be my last. I kind of look I'm still feeling fit, I'm feeling great. I'm hoping to have a few more years left in the game, so I hope this certainly isn't my last, but for sure I want to go in it to win it.
How close a game are you expecting?
It's going to be a tight game. I think over the two games, you look at the two league games, us winning 3-0 at the Bridge and then 5-3 at White Hart Lane. It's going to be a tight game. So they're in pretty good form themselves at the moment. We come off the back of a draw going into this game, so we're hungry to bounce back and win the trophy.
And of course, Cardiff. Jose got his first trophy, winning this trophy in Cardiff. It led to so much more. Could the same happen with this on Sunday?
I certainly hope so. It certainly meant a lot to us back then. We just spoke about it then. It kind of set us on our way for the season, give us huge momentum, give us a taste of success and what winning was all about. It was our first one collectively as a group, and it certainly set us on our way.
Is there a bit of a siege mentality within the club?
Thank you. We've come this far, and hopefully we can get over the final hurdle.
Of course, you're in the last cup final. Talk us through that, your memories of the day.
Yeah, obviously a few years ago now, but obviously it means a lot to the supporters, means a lot to the players. It can give you huge momentum after this. We've got a game 3 days later, so it can serve you well throughout the league campaign as well. So it could be our first one collectively, and that's what we're aiming to do.
Without Matic, though, big blow.
Yeah, it's going to be a big miss, like you would in anyone's squad. We take him out. We've got a huge squad of players that can come in and do a job for sure. That's what having a squad's all about. And I think when you look at this competition, we've played numerous number of players throughout the campaign. So I'm sure the manager's going to rejig it and find a way.
New Year's Day, Harry Kane, Eriksen, you're not going to underestimate the threat, are you?
No, I think that can serve us well. I don't look at that game as being a revenge kind of game, and we need to beat them now. I think everyone kind of forgets the game at the Bridge that we won 3-0 quite comfortably, but everyone kind of concentrates on that one. But listen, with that in mind, as I said before, we've come this far in the competition, some tough games, and we're here to win it.
Cesc Fabregas, Costa, two players that haven't played in a cup final for Chelsea at Wembley. What do they bring to your side?
I think you talk about their squad. You know, you look at the strengths for ours. You know, Diego's in great form, great goal scoring form as well. Cesc, obviously great assist and a great link-up play with Diego. So I think throughout our whole squad, you know, we've got great firepower. Hopefully we can keep it tight at the back, and that can serve us well. But certainly throughout the squad, we're covered all angles.
Didier Drogba, if he scores in this, will have scored in 10 cup finals for Chelsea. Talk about the moments that you've seen witness for him, and if you believe he could do it again.
Yeah, I think the main one that kind of sticks out for me is obviously Champions League. You look at the FA Cup, the first one against Man U, and you kind of look at your big players throughout your squad in these big occasions when things are tight. You look for them to kind of do something special. He's always been the one to step up and produce the goods for us. So whether he starts or he comes on, he's got a big part to play in this game.
Just last one finally, Thibaut Courtois. Brendan Rodgers says he's the reason you got into this final after the last round. What's he done in one season?
I mean, he's been great since he's come in. He's made some great saves, obviously in the semis against Liverpool. You know, but Big Pete's been just as good as where he played the early rounds, and they're coming in, so they're fighting out amongst themselves. Thibaut's been different class since he come in. So once again, we go back to that squad thing. We've got a great squad of players, and whoever plays, have got the backing of all the players.
Great.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot. Thank you. No worries. See you later.